You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys could just introduce yourselves and what your role is in the band.
I'm Boz, I'm the vocalist.
My name is Ben, I play guitar.
I'm Jeremy, I just play guitar. I'm Kevin, I play bass.
I'm Alex, I play the drums, and we're Jerome.
Awesome. So I'm going to ask some questions about the original Jerome, if you guys don't mind, just to get that out of the way. So how did Jerome first come to be? I mean, how did it first form, and why did you guys decide to be a band?
So Ben and I used to be in a band way back in the day called Strength Within. And one day we went to a Job for a Cowboy show, and we heard their sound and thought that, it was super hard, and we loved the way that they sounded, and we were like, you know what, we gotta try and kind of make our music heavier. So the next day, literally, we went to the band and we were like, hey, you guys gotta check these guys out. And ever since then, we basically just tuned down and beefed up our music, and the rest is history.
Yeah, Boz and I basically, we probably met when we were like 12 or 10 or 12 or something like that. His cousin lived down the street from me growing up. And yeah, that's basically the introduction. And then, like he said, a couple bands throughout our early teens, and then we ended up reconnecting at like 16, and yeah, that's how we started Jerome.
This can apply to all of you guys, but I mean, what made you guys want to start making music and being in bands and stuff? I mean, what was the catalyst to that, I guess?
Well, we've all been doing music for a large part of our life. I think I can speak for everyone on that. But to bring Jerome back after all these years was kind of a culmination of just seeing all the fans and all the love that's came from, this new generation of, people that love this kind of music. And it really just kind of hyped us up and lit that fire again to want to come back and start making music again.
My love of music comes from my father. So that's started playing guitar because of him, and then I think like most people, I started with like Nirvana and Weezer, and then I found screamo, emo, and then I moved up to metalcore, and then I moved up, basically the evolution. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm similar. I got into it through my mom. She used to take me to Ozfest all the time. And I've always heard songs that aren't there. So I was like, I got to figure out a way to create. So guitar was just my in.
Good. Yeah, I guess music-wise, I guess started off like I listened to like Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance, and then it kind of led into me going to a concert, and I saw From First to Last. And it kind of just all started from there, MySpace, and all the music I found on there, and then everything was connected, and I am playing music ever since.
Yeah, for me, I guess it was my dad. He's a guitar player, and got me really into Van Halen at a young age, and then from there it just kind of got heavier into Metallica, Slipknot, stuff like that, and then got into Oceano. So that was it for me.
So, if I'm not mistaken, the name Jerome, I was told, came from a street. If that's true, what made it so significant that you thought to name your band after that?
So basically, it was just a street in my neighborhood I grew up in, and I was a skateboarder when I was younger, and basically we just used to ride past it all the time, and for some reason, I don't think there was any logic behind it other than I thought it sounded cool. And so people like to make up crazy stories, but there's no lore behind it. It's not some person or something. Yeah. But it could be whatever. It could be. Ruler. Yeah, exactly. It could be whatever you want it to be. That's the cool part.
It sounded like a cool phrase.
Are all of you guys from Chicago, the Illinois state?
Yep.
So I mean, what was the scene like back in the days? I mean, was it any different from? I'm assuming it's different from how it is now.
Well,
but like,
I would
how
say
was
nowadays it's circling back. Back in the day, I was also I started Oceano and played forever. So like thing we didn't do when we grew up is we didn't really invest in the scene, and it kind of died out because like so much hard mosh killed all the venues. You know what I mean? People throwing tables, and it's just like we needed more promoters and stuff. But nowadays it's just as vibrant, and it seems like the kids love music again, just like we did.
Yeah, but talk about the bands we grew up playing with.
What, like Through the Fire?
Not even that, but just like local bands that are big now.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody we knew pretty much got signed. Like Veil Maya, Born of Osiris. It was just like no matter what. I think it just Chicago has a great mecca for big bands and stuff. It's just all good, great musicians are out there.
Which is crazy because like we talked about how like they all started with like all the music they were playing like back in like the outskirts of Chicago, and like I live right in like kind of like middle of Chicago, like in the cities. So we'd always go to the south side, and it's like it was a whole separate scene out there that we didn't even know existed like in the suburbs. And so it was cool. Like there's a scene in the city, and there's also a scene outside of Chicago that we never even knew about. It was always like it was just cool to see it all come together.
Yeah, I'd say these days both city and suburbs is united. Before it used to be totally different.
Yeah,
Like
no one
you
knew
know.
anything.
All right, so I mean, how did bands like build hype, I guess? Like, I mean, how did you get like word out there? I mean, was it just kind of like word of mouth?
MySpace.
Yeah, it was MySpace.
Yeah,
But you got to think like every show, 200 kids mandatory would come out, if not 300, 350 kids, because that was the only thing we had to do on Fridays and Saturdays. So it was just like everybody would be out at it. So it was just like, oh shit, we kind of took it for granted because we're like, dude, this scene's always here, right? No.
Yeah, and back home at that time, the big thing was like VFW halls and like
KOC.
yeah, Knights of Columbus, which are like old people bingo places. So that was like the cool
really
thing.
cheap to book, you know.
Yeah, cheap to book, and so yeah, it was really fun though.
If you weren't in the scene, you would just drive past it and you'd see just a line of kids
Yeah.
going all the way down the block, and you'd be like, what is going on in there?
Yeah.
Like, what's jumping tonight?
Yeah.
And it just kind of drew everybody else into that scene because you just hear this loud music coming from the small building, and it would be packed, you know? It was awesome.
What parts of the old scene do you guys miss the most? I mean, what do you like look back on and you're like, oh man, like I miss that?
A lot.
I mean, yeah, it's just like, I mean, we've been doing it for so long. Like, I've been touring and playing like 20 years now. So just like, you know, old connections, good friend groups. But honestly, I miss the old Indiana hard mosh because the kids would just get thrown through windows and stuff. It was bonkers. Like, that's why the venues got shut down. It's like, it can't continue, but it was a whole lot of fun watching.
I don't know. I mean, like he says, it's comparable nowadays, but I think for me personally, it was just the fact that I was so young. So it was basically just discovering this new type of music, and that's why it's so cool to see this younger generation right now wearing the merch and stuff of bands like we've known about. Like we feel like old men a little bit. It's crazy, but yeah, it's super cool, and
Yeah, seeing red cord shirts, Tower of Rome in there, it's like, what the hell? How do these guys know Tower of Rome, dude? Yeah.
But that's how you'd meet people from different areas back then. Is like, you know,
see a
you have like a
shirt.
local bowling alley, and then you see kids from like 3 towns over, and everybody just got together, you know, for music.
Is there any venue specifically that you guys miss? Was there a venue back in the day that you guys loved to play at?
I like tonight's KOC all
those
day
two,
long.
that and the VFW.
Yeah, the Elk Grove VFW.
I miss Clearwater Theater. It was like the biggest, best sounding venue you could play at like that small of a level at the time.
Yeah.
And the load-in was the worst though. If anybody that's
Yes.
ever played there,
Yeah.
it was like
A 2-story with
Yeah.
like a weird elevator that didn't really work.
it was a death trap.
Rinky
So,
stairs that you had to just throw your shit up.
but yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, Clearwater.
Outside, all we had was like a garage. And we threw a
Never
it's
even
called
heard of
Hardcore
it.
Fever. It was so sick. It's Hardcore Fever, just a garage full of just kids just moshing. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Alright, so what inspired original drums music? I mean, I know you said John for a Cowboy, but anything else? Like, I think you mentioned maybe Despised Icon.
Lamb of God, all the big bands, like Bleeding Through. Like, actually, last night we were all kind of reminiscing on all the bands that we used to listen to. So, what was that one?
Life Once Lost.
A Life Once Lost. Yeah.
Basically, like at that time, the most popular bands were like Whitechapel, Suicide Silence, Acacia Strain, Despised Icon, Impending Doom, and that's basically what I.
When
came
Jerome
from.
started, they were like in a Lake County scene, which is just like a little more up, and like I was doing Oceana Lower, so when we intersected, it was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? And then that kind of lit the fire to start writing the most crushing stuff.
Yeah.
Oceana was actually the band that we would go and see before Jerome was even Jerome.
Yeah.
And they were like the ones leading the scene, so you knew that if you were going to an Oceano show, that was like where everybody was at.
Yeah, I always tell the story, but when we had started Jerome, I basically messaged Jeremy on MySpace at the time, and I said, "Hey, dude, I'm starting a band." I said, "I love Oceano, and I hope we can play together." And he actually responded, which was at the time, I was like 16, I didn't know any better, and and then so
we're only 2 years apart. But yeah, you never know though, because that was like me with Veil Maya, because I'd be like, "You guys are the singers." They're like, "No, you're cool," and I'm like, "What? No way!" And then dork out.
So I know you guys, Jerome used to be a metalcore band. You guys wrote some demos, but I believe there was also some old deathcore demos that were not released apart from the EP.
So actually, there is. So basically, with Jerome, there was Strength Within when it was hardcore. So there was a hardcore version first, and then we became metalcore. Yeah. And then from metalcore, we became deathcore. And essentially, the 4 songs that are recorded, the old songs, the original EP, those were the only songs that were recorded. We do have a handful of songs, though, that we played live that we never recorded. Yeah. So there's a song called Christmas that like a lot of the diehard fans know about, and then the other one there was no name. So
New Song.
Yeah, just called New Song. You can find them on YouTube. If you go on YouTube,
The plan is to record those. On the next EP,
Yep.
We just wanted to see how this EP went, and then go from there. But we have so much more music to come if people want it. So it's infinite for us.
For sure.
Was there ever talk about reuniting before? I mean, and if there was, I mean, what stopped it? I mean, why now?
Well, so initially I had to go to college to play football, and during that time I actually went and recorded with a band called Rooks, who Jeremy, he actually started that band as well. And it's like a weekend trip home, and I was still playing football, but I came, laid down vocals, and then once the shows started happening, it was like I couldn't make it, But during that whole time of me being in school, and then even after, I was always talking to Ben and being like, what if, And we were always trying to find the right pieces to put together, because we knew that some of the older members, they weren't really into it. But it was a dream of ours to actually bring the music back. And once the stars aligned, I guess it ended up happening. So that was last year, So
yeah, I mean, it took a good almost 5 years of planning.
Yeah.
Like we relaunched a few times. We're trying to get Boz to come to do vocals, and then it never worked out. And then out of nowhere, we finally got the pieces to make it happen. So it's
yeah, like he said, I had basically been searching for a drummer for like 5 years. Was the biggest part, and then we finally got Alex. He didn't want to do it at first, and then I finally freaking bothered him enough to where he said yes. And ever since that happened, though, we basically just started jamming last year. We wrote new music, and then we took a show on short notice, and I had to teach all of them the music like overnight, basically.
Yeah.
And then we just been kind of slowly rolling since.
All right, because I was gonna ask, how'd you guys reuniting snowball into like this new lineup? I mean, who kind of reached out to who to?
Well, we've been we've been playing since been playing. Like every other band I've pretty much done, I've always in a band to do with me. And he mentioned a couple years ago, like, what do you think? Because with one of our other guitar players, he started demoing Eat the Gun again in a different tuning, and I was like, I mean, if we're gonna do it, let's do it right. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, we had my other drummer that plays in a different band try out first, and it wasn't working right. And then, finally Alex said yes, and then, it came together.
Thank you, Alex.
It's actually kind of a cool story. I knew about Jerome because my next door neighbor was the guitarist. He's not with the reunion group, but so I always would like be in bed at night, and I would wake up to like loud noises, and they would be like practicing, or they would have like their van and trailer, and I always wondered like, what the hell are these guys doing? And then by the time I got MySpace, I saw that they were like all popping off, like Oceano, Jerome, that whole scene. So I was inspired by that, and then 10 years, 12 years, and they hit me up to play the drums, and I was of course. So
Super cool.
he was also doing cool stuff too. He did Sworn In and Barrier.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah. So we did that. A lot of people. We've all been doing it since been doing. You got the grill behind us? Yeah.
So those who are not originally from Jerome, I mean, what was your guys' impressions of Jerome before joining?
I always loved him. Like I was stoked to have another band that was coming up just as heavy and stuff. Bummed when they broke up. He was actually the first person I reached out to play second guitar for Oceano, and he turned me down because he was doing Jerome at the time. And then they broke up, and he's like, "Shit."
Whoops.
But it's probably for the best because who knows what the hell would have happened. That whole timeline with that is crazy. So
I was just a fan, so it's kind of crazy to even be in a group now. So I was just like listen to him on MySpace and think of it. Never seen him. My first time seeing him was my first time playing with him.
yeah.
So it's crazy to even be here.
Yeah, for me, being an original member, I think it's way cooler having people that actually enjoy the music from before, and yeah, it's even cooler because I've known all of them through other bands and just friends for a long time. So it's definitely more fun that way.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you got to hang out with these people all the time, so it's got to be good homies,
So, I mean, you guys come from different bands. Is there anything you feel like you bring to the table that you took from like your other bands, like any writing stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, everybody's got their strong suits for sure. Like Jeremy comes from Oceano, so that's super, super heavy music. So he definitely is the one to lean on when we need some really heavy parts. And Alex comes from a more technical background, so he has like a lot of good insight.
Sick fills.
Yeah, and Kevin plays in like 10 different bands, so he can basically do anything.
Yeah, back in the day, I was like into deathcore and like emo music and stuff like that. So that's pretty much where I started off with all that.
Yeah, and Boz is Boz. We don't need to explain.
Hard to replicate that.
What was the first practice like when you guys were like, okay, we're gonna reunite? I mean, was it like awkward, or were you guys, I mean, you guys all know each other.
it's pretty crazy because we both just started playing the songs pretty decently.
Yeah.
Just kind of clicked immediately. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it's about as close as it could be. We never practiced together.
Yeah.
Really hadn't like put a bunch of work into it, but it felt good. And then from there, we kind of just practice every week or so and keep dialing it in. So
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't super stressful for me, but I had to I'm the one that I'm literally, if I didn't know the riffs, like these songs would have been lost in like time. So
recapping everything.
Yeah, I basically had to figure out the original 4 songs, which wasn't that hard, and then you got to teach it to 3.
And then learn harmonies.
Yeah, and then you got to learn. Yeah, there's multiple parts, and so yeah, it's just a lot to learn. But like you said, I think it was funny because we took a show on like 2 months' notice, and they didn't know any of the original songs. So basically, from then until the show, we crunched it in, and you could tell by the last week we were like, okay, like we're like our instinct is kicking in.
Yeah.
Like we all started playing way better. So yeah, it's cool. We kind of do that a lot too. So.
Yeah.
So I mean, how long were you guys writing the new material that you guys put out? I mean, is there any inspiration? What was that like?
No, I mean, we've always wrote the same thing with Alex because we've jammed with him separately. It's just hard-ass riffs. You know what I mean? Like, it's either he, like, has a drum riff that we play to or vice versa, and then just starts snowballing from there. And, like, half the time I'll try to write a riff and then lean to him and be like, you could do this next part. That would be sick for this part, you know? Just kind of pass back and forth. Or he'll have a whole song that he has in his head, and it's like, let's learn. But I think the new stuff we wrote pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like under a year, probably the newest stuff was,
You know,
started at practice and just quickly turned into songs. So
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's like a toss up. Like he said, he writes a lot of riffs, but we do write off Alex's drum parts a lot for a lot of the parts. And we basically started last year. We didn't want to rush it either. That's one thing we talked about, was basically putting it out when we felt comfortable putting it out. Because like people have been asking for so long, but I want to make sure it was. We felt good about it.
yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I would say you guys are headlining this show. I mean, are you guys nervous at all, or are you guys just excited to play and like
Little bit.
see what the crowd's reaction is like?
I mean, you're always nervous. For me, always been nervous for shows, but I'm more excited to play.
everybody here is like 13 years old.
What did you say?
I'm a little nervous.
But yeah, I'm super pumped. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's our first time on the West Coast. Not even that. I mean, this is the second time Jerome's ever played out of Chicago. I think when our original lineup, we played in Indiana, which was like a little over an hour
Yeah.
drive. So it's out of state, but
Show
yeah,
back too.
yeah, exactly.
Great
Yeah,
state.
so and it's our third. This is the third show we played with this lineup. So for it to be all the way out here is cool. And yeah, we basically just got an email a few months ago and just decided to. So definitely.
Have any of you guys ever been to California before?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. So deathcore is big and popular now and whatever. I mean, are you guys happy that it's popular, or do you guys?
Yes.
For sure.
Of course.
I'm super happy.
I mean, it's always a genre I loved, and like I felt like I had a lot more to give to it. I just didn't have the platform to do it with for a long time. So to be able to do this again is really cool. I just hope it stays cool.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing. I know a lot of people don't like that it's kind of becoming mainstream in a way, but it's good for the longevity. You know what I mean? And like he said, there wasn't that much sustainability in playing this type of music back in the day. Like you had kind of
You
a
saw
life expectancy.
They
So.
do one album and then start singing or something, you know?
But now it's awesome to see all these bands, doing it big, and it's super cool.
So not too long ago, you guys played with Amulet, who's from here. I mean, I would say they're some of California's finest deathcore. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on the SoCal deathcore, all the bands that are playing today?
Shout out Angel, shout out Rito. Amulet's awesome.
They're good kids.
We met them in October in Chicago, and their energy it makes me feel alive again. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
They're cool dudes.
I would say I've seen a lot of great stuff, especially Amulet. There's this other band called Shots in Dallas that's insane. I played with them with my other band called Chaosphere. Kevin's in too. It's cool to see the scene like that. It's popping off.
Well, and what's cooler about this is we at practice literally last year we were watching the videos in that alleyway of the Eat the Gun cover, which was in Which Divides Us, if I'm not mistaken, and And yeah, so we were all watching that at practice, basically going like, man, people are playing, like, we're not even playing our own songs and people are doing this, like, what?
Yeah.
And so it was cool to see that. And then people were making jokes when this got booked that, like, they finally played enough Eat the Gun covers to get them here. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super cool. I mean, like I said, it's like breathing new life into this type of music.
Are there any bands that you guys have seen that like remind you of like how it used to be back then, like that really bring like the old energy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like half the bands on this bill. We're one of my favorite bands right now. They're called Mauled. They're from Indiana. Yeah, they're from Indianapolis. They're super sick. We're trying to do some stuff with them for sure. They're really sick, and it's cool that they're not far from us. I think Revenant, right? Super sick. Yeah, Reverend, yes, super sick.
Also, there's a band called Executor, I think.
Okay.
They're really sick.
Yeah.
I love that band. They're not really well known, but they deserve a lot of attention.
Yeah.
I already said it, so 6 shots.
Yeah.
They're fucking nuts.
I mean, they're all sick. I mean, it's crazy because it does sound so faithful to the old, and it's a trip being this old and hearing this type of music.
Yeah.
Would you say like the Illinois, like Chicago area, do you think like they reign supreme in terms of like this genre of music, or do you think SoCal can maybe kind of rival that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, other than us, I don't really think there's deathcore going on in Illinois too much, you know.
I mean, I'd say right now for sure, here is reign supreme.
Yeah. Back in the day, maybe different, but
back in the day it was different for sure. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like hardcore is still like pretty prevalent in Chicago.
Huge.
Yeah, that's like reigning right now, which is sick. So.
If you guys could send a message to your younger selves, maybe to do anything differently or something, just anything, what would you guys say?
Don't sign a contract.
Yeah,
No,
I don't know, man. That's a loaded question.
Don't always trust your homies. No, I'm just kidding. No, I just keep working. Keep grinding no matter what. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I think for me, like he said, I at one point I think I kind of like, I didn't give up hope, but I don't know, kind of lost my way with it. And it's cool to be, I'm turning 36 next year, and I'm doing more now than I was like when I was 20 years old. So
you
guys just, like he said, keep pushing, don't give up.
Yeah, I would say never say never.
Yeah.
Because I'd be, watching that old show that everybody brings up, and I'd be like, man, what could have been, and now we can answer that question. So I'm just so thankful to be able to be out on the other side of the country performing for this group of fans, and it's honestly a blessing. So we appreciate everybody that's been supporting us over the years, and that's why we're trying to, push the level as hard as we can to bring the best version of us, for all the new music that we're coming out with.
Yep.
Yeah, just keep going, because, I mean, I was one of the kids, like, standing in line, so now I'm here, so it's, I still don't believe it.
Yeah.
Alex?
You got anything for your
Got
younger
anything?
self?
Get good grades. Don't try to do music. I don't know.
Get a real career. No.
Yeah. Go to college.
Yeah. If you don't want to make money, do music, because that's what it's good at.
Craziest thing you've ever seen happen at a show? I mean, do you remember anything wild?
I saw a kid get teeth knocked through his cheeks. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw an ankle get snapped in half.
Yeah. I see either broken full forearm bone on somebody's head, or I seen somebody get thrown out a full window. And it was a 6-foot drop onto his face. It was bad.
When we played a show at the Arlington Heights KOC, there was a fan that he got hit in the head and was literally in the ambulance. And then after he got stitched up, he came back in and asked me for an autograph. So That was crazy.
That does happen a lot with us. Our last show, this guy was DMing us afterwards, and he broke his hand, and he was happy about it. He was sending us videos and basically like, look at, I broke my hand, and his whole hand was purple and like twice the size. And then we have our next show on in December, and he's like, I'm gonna break my other hand.
Yeah.
So respect to those fans.
Yeah,
for
respect.
sure.
Yeah, those dudes are cool. So.
I've almost signed a whole tooth
Yeah.
with a root in it. Unity Lodge. Yeah, road show.
If you guys had to listen to one album for the rest of your life, what would it be? It's kind of a loaded question.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Black Album, Metallica.
Say. You would, dude. Oh man.
I would say Behemoth Slaves Shall Serve.
Okay.
The newest Megadeth album that just came out.
Yeah, it's rolling.
Name one song. Name one song
Yeah,
right
name
now.
One song. Yeah, exactly. Ace of Spades, dude. Oh man, you go first. I don't know.
Definitely from first to last, Dear Diary.
You would, dude.
Sounds about right.
That band's
You're like
Sounds
heroin,
about right.
dude. I love
Everyone's everything they do.
I
is
mean,
so
it's
good.
classic.
Oh man, probably Kill Switch Engage, Alive or Just Breathing.
Classic.
What should we expect from Jerome? I mean, are you guys wanting to write new music? I mean, just keep it going.
Roll if we can, you know.
Yeah, as much as we can do.
Work.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, yeah, we're trying to balance it with our regular lives, so it's as much as we can get away with basically. But yeah, new music.
If there's a budget to do some cool runs, we'd
Yeah,
love to do it.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, anywhere.
Yeah.
Euro.
Yeah, we've gotten some cool we've gotten some cool offers. Some people have reached out from the UK and stuff, and basically things like this. Like I said, we just kind of got this out of nowhere and made it work. So yeah, just whatever we can get away with. I think the next thing we're gonna do is work on recording some more music. Yeah, do another EP and just keep it rolling. So
For sure.
Store.
yeah, merch. I know a lot of people have been asking about that. We're doing merch online. Yeah, probably.
Depop kids are gonna get it.
Yeah.
I caught a couple.
Yeah, we had to shut down a few people already. Yeah.
It's gonna be a streetwear band.
Yep.
Like the Wu-Tang.
That was the plan all along. Jerome was meant to be a streetwear brand.
Yeah.
30 years later.
All right, so last thing, I mean, any final thanks, shout-outs, advice you want to give to the fans maybe?
Shout out to all the fans that have been, replaying our music at their shows, the bands that have been kind of bringing this whole scene back. And honestly, from the bottom of my heart, man, I love you guys. I appreciate everything that you guys do for us. And this is a dream for me, man. So I'm going to ride it until the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
Should probably shout out Colin St. Mary, right?
Yep.
Colin St. Mary,
19
19 stars, recording in Indiana. He did our last EP, and he's pretty invaluable in the Jerome camp, so shout him out.
The MVP for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, we're nothing without the fans, without you guys, so just keep banging and keep banging too.
You got nothing?
Yeah, you said Colin.
Colin. Yeah, basically Colin.
Colin.
Shout out Colin.
Obviously.
All right, so I guess with that interview's finished. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We
Appreciate it.
appreciate it.